Growing up, I felt like I was the only one who liked Kingdom Hearts. In elementary school, I was alone. My iPod was filled with the music from Kingdom Hearts. And people would, kind of make fun of me. It's like, why does he have instrumental music instead of, Red Hot Chili Peppers? Yoko Shimomura, the composer of Kingdom Hearts. I grew up with her music, and, her music made me feel like I wasn't alone. But then when I went to high school, my world changed. I met so many people in my high school where they, love the same game. They actually love it. They don't play it just to play it, but they understand it. The story, the lessons they learn, the music. It wasn't just me anymore. It was just.
I know without a doubt that my life would be very different without this franchise. It's kind of silly to think that maybe your life would be totally different if you never found like something as seemingly insignificant as a video game. But I really do feel like my life would be extremely different if I never found Kingdom Hearts.
I made a lot of friends because of our shared love of Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts has affected me in so many amazing ways.
Mi ha aperto un mondo totale.
It's given me a positive outlook on life.
It's done so much for me.
Brought me light into my time of darkness.
Oh, it taught us really important values.
Kingdom Hearts is everything you could want.
This event is amazing. I came here and I just was so happy. I got a poster, a pin, and I got to take my picture in one of my favorite Kingdom Hearts worlds. I'm just really glad to be here, and I'm really glad that Kingdom Hearts was made into a game, because if it wasn't, then I'd probably be really sad.
In terms of inspiration, Kingdom Hearts has inspired me not only to do just creative writing processes of my own and create different stories just in my free time, but also it kind of served as like a portal or a gateway to other RPGs and JRPGs and greatly influenced my gaming life. And it also has been great because of the community. I've been able to get out more and just make friends online and in person. It's been fantastic. Stemming from the very first one, obviously friendship, and there's kind of a love aspect, and just a way of respect and friendship and loyalty. There's a lot of honesty and perseverance, strength. I would say the biggest theme, in my opinion, would be friendship and perseverance, not giving up. It seems that every story and game there's a moment where each character is kind of struggling and seems lost. But then it all comes back, full circle eventually, and everything works out. So I think it's definitely a very inspiring and heartfelt story throughout the entire franchise, which I love.
No, yeah, it totally would have been different. It totally would have been different in the sense that the friends you make or the people that you know. I've made a really good friend just off of the simple fact of her seeing my shirt and being all like, hey, you like Kingdom Hearts? I'm all like, whoa, someone else actually knows of this franchise. Like, it's cool.
The biggest one is really to accept that the fact that there is both darkness and light in your life, and you can't really just strive to have one or the other. You've got to learn to kind of accept that both exist and try to control the darkness as best as you can. The darkness being like negative emotions like sadness, depression, anxiety, things like that. Again, I learned that just from Riku's personal experiences. It's like all of his life lessons sort of attached to me.
I was 13 years old and I found this weird picture of this spiky-haired kid and Donald Goofy, and I thought, what's going on?
Like I said, I had absolutely no idea what Squaresoft, Square Enix, Final Fantasy. I didn't know what any of that was, so I just thought, hey, this is a Disney game. And There are these other weird, edgy, Japanese style characters in it that I had never heard of. I was like, okay, they're there. So yeah, I just thought it was just one big Disney game. I thought maybe these Final Fantasy characters were just from some sort of very obscure Disney film that I had never heard of.
My first thoughts when I recognized that it was Final Fantasy and Disney, I thought it was an interesting conglomeration to mega companies, Disney and Square Enix, which to me seems like a very foreign concept of big companies like working together, especially when you consider that one was Japanese and the other was initially American, until I learned that Disney does business internationally.
I don't think anyone knew how big of a franchise this thing would turn into. I remember seeing the first commercials for the game. I remember, like I said earlier today, I scoffed at it and I was just like, wow, that's a pretty dumb idea. And then getting into Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, I was like, oh, okay, cool, this is a fun game. I didn't know anything that happened prior to Kingdom Hearts to the game Chain of Memories, but I was like, it stood alone on its own, and playing it, I was like, wow, I'm more invested into this game.